History isn't always found in castles or museums. Sometimes it hides in the most unexpected places, waiting to be uncovered by a curious eye. Sometimes it's hidden in the everyday, like a simple wooden bowl discovered on a cramped 19th century houseboat, tucked away among the clutter of daily life. This wasn't a grand vessel, but a working boat, home to a family navigating England's canals, living a life shaped by the rhythm of the waterways. The bowl stood on short, sturdy legs, its purpose a mystery. Its surface bore the marks of use, but its story was lost to time. Life on these narrowboats was all about necessity. Every item had to earn its place. Space was precious and nothing was kept without reason. When this carved bowl surfaced during a boat restoration, it raised questions. Too low for a table, too ornate for washing dishes. Why would such a curious object be found here? Restorers and historians were stumped. No one could recall seeing anything quite like it in the records or collections. They'd seen stoves, painted crockery, fold-down beds, but never a bowl like this. It didn't fit the pattern of known domestic items. Its legs and elongated shape suggested intention, but not its function. It was clearly made for a specific purpose, but what? The bowl was a puzzle, a piece of domestic history stripped of context. It was as if a page had been torn from the story of canal life. Experts in domestic history and maritime life debated its use. Was it kitchen equipment, a child's toy, or something ceremonial? A basin for delicate laundry, a hobbyist's tool? Each theory fell short. The bowl defied easy explanation, resisting every guess. The bowl remained an enigma, a silent witness to a forgotten way of life. Its presence hinted at stories untold and routines unrecorded. Even in well-documented eras, gaps remain, especially for those living unconventional lives on the water, far from the eyes of chroniclers. The daily routines of canal families often went unrecorded, leaving behind curious objects and unanswered questions. Their lives were practical, but full of small mysteries. This bowl, humble yet mysterious, invites us to look closer at the overlooked corners of history. It asks us to imagine the hands that used it and the lives it touched. Sometimes the most ordinary things hold the most extraordinary secrets. Objects like this remind us that history is everywhere, waiting to be found. The search for its story had just begun. Each clue could bring us closer to understanding its place in the world of the waterways. What could this peculiar bowl reveal about the people who once called the waterways home? What secrets might it unlock about their daily lives? The answer would surprise everyone, reminding us that even the smallest discoveries can change how we see the past. When faced with a mystery, our minds race to fill in the blanks, searching for meaning in every detail. The first guess, naturally, was a washstand, but its low height made daily washing awkward, and the design didn't quite fit the routines of the time. Maybe it was for children, a table or a baby's bath. Yet the shape and craftsmanship didn't fit the needs of little ones, nor did it match the style of known nursery items. Could it be for food prep, like kneading dough? The bowl was too narrow, and its sides too steep for comfortable mixing or baking. Some thought it was for crafts, soaking reeds or dyeing wool, but there were no stains, no lingering scents or signs of such use. The wood was clean, almost untouched by such messy work. Each theory, though creative, missed the mark. The bowl remained an enigma, resisting easy explanation. The bowl's existence proved it was important. Space on a boat was too precious for useless things. Every item had to earn its place. The puzzle became about more than the object. It was about understanding daily life on the canals, and the clever ways people adapted to their cramped, ever-moving homes. What routine required such a specific, unusual piece? What daily ritual demanded a bowl like this, and why had it been forgotten? The answer, when it came, was unexpected and perfectly logical, fitting seamlessly into the fabric of Victorian life. It wasn't about food, laundry, or crafts. The bowl's true purpose lay elsewhere, hidden in the routines of the past. The bowl's true purpose had been hiding in plain sight, overlooked by generations who no longer needed its function. Sometimes the most practical solutions are the hardest to see, especially when our own habits blind us to the needs of the past. The breakthrough would change how we viewed both the object and the people who used it, revealing a new layer of ingenuity. The bowl was about to reveal a secret of everyday Victorian life, a glimpse into the resourcefulness of canal families. It was a story of ingenuity, privacy, and adaptation, of making do with what you had, and making it work beautifully. The next clue would come from an unlikely source, a forgotten detail in the background of daily life. The mystery was about to be solved, and the answer would connect us to the ingenuity of the past, and it would challenge everything we thought we knew about the ordinary objects of history. The breakthrough came from a historian of sanitation, not boats. They recognized the bowl's low height and elongated shape from old French illustrations. It was a bidet. At first, the idea seemed absurd. A bidet on a working-class English houseboat? Bidets were associated with French luxury, not canal families, but the evidence was clear. French bidet mobiles were wooden, stood on short legs, and matched the bowl exactly. The word bidet itself means pony, a nod to how one sits astride it. The bowl wasn't for dishes or babies. It was for personal hygiene. It was a portable, self-contained solution for a home without plumbing. This discovery upended assumptions about Victorian canal life. The wooden bowl was a testament to quiet dignity and ingenuity. It was a private object, its purpose hidden for over a century. Sometimes the most ordinary things hold the most surprising stories. Now that we know its purpose, let's take a closer look at how this remarkable object was constructed and used in daily life. The bidet was carved from solid elm, a wood chosen for its durability and natural resistance to water, making it ideal for life on the river. Its long, narrow, squash-like shape was designed to be straddled, allowing for comfortable use even in the tight quarters of a houseboat. 4 short, splayed legs gave it stability, crucial on a rocking boat where balance was always a concern. Raised about 18 inches off the floor, it was the perfect height for use, ensuring comfort and practicality for its owner. There was no plumbing. Water was brought in a pitcher used for washing, and then carefully emptied overboard after each use. Hygiene required effort and planning before modern conveniences, turning even simple routines into thoughtful rituals. The craftsmanship was impressive: smooth wood, elegant curves, and a rustic beauty that spoke of both skill and care. This wasn't a factory product, but likely handmade by a local carpenter or even the boat owner, using traditional tools and techniques. It was both a practical tool and a piece of folk art, reflecting the creativity of its maker. The bidet's design reflected pride, self-sufficiency, and a desire for comfort, even in the most modest of homes. It solved a real problem with creativity and skill, adapting to the unique challenges of life on water. Even in humble settings, people valued quality and dignity, investing time and effort into everyday objects. The bidet was a unique solution for a unique way of life, tailored to the needs of those who called the river home. It's a reminder that necessity often inspires the best design, pushing people to invent and adapt in creative ways. This simple object tells a rich story of adaptation, care, and the enduring human drive to make life a little better no matter the circumstances. To appreciate the bidet, we need context. For centuries, bathing was rare and often distrusted in Europe. The Romans loved their baths, but after their empire fell, washing was seen as risky. Most people relied on changing linen, not water, to stay clean. By the 18th century, attitudes shifted. Bidets appeared in France as a way to wash the lower body without a full bath. Early bidets were portable, symbols of refinement for the wealthy. By the 19th century, hygiene was gaining importance, but indoor plumbing was rare. Most people still used pitchers, basins, and portable tubs. The bidet fit perfectly into this world, practical, portable, and private. It offered a daily solution for cleanliness before modern bathrooms. The wooden houseboat bidet was part of this evolving story. It bridged the gap between old habits and new ideas about hygiene. In 19th century France, the bidet was common among the middle and upper classes. It symbolized sophistication and was part of daily life. In Britain, however, the bidet was rare and viewed with suspicion, linked to French decadence and even vice. Victorian Britain focused on public sanitation, but private hygiene remained conservative. The discovery of a bidet on an English houseboat is remarkable, a break from cultural norms. Perhaps the family had continental ties, or simply valued practicality over prejudice. Their choice was a quiet act of independence. The bidet was more than a tool, it was a statement. It challenges stereotypes about Victorian life and working-class families. Not every Briton was a prude, nor every canal family impoverished. This wooden bowl forces us to see the past with fresh eyes. Life on a narrowboat demanded creativity. Space was tight. Every item had to serve a purpose. A full bathtub was impossible, but hygiene was still essential. The bidet offered a water-efficient, practical solution. Its low, stable design suited the boat's constant motion. Lightweight and portable, it could be moved or tucked away as needed. Sometimes it doubled as a stool. Versatility was key. The bidet highlights the resourcefulness of canal families. They turned challenges into clever design. This object is about more than hygiene. It's about dignity and independence. The family who used it created comfort in a challenging world. For its owners, the wooden bidet was just a tool. As plumbing spread and canal life faded, such objects vanished, often discarded or forgotten. That's why surviving examples are so rare. Today, the bowl's value is in its story. It's a prized artifact for collectors and historians, a window into lost ways of life. Its rarity and craftsmanship make it valuable, but its true worth is deeper. It represents ingenuity, dignity, and the hidden sophistication of ordinary people. The journey from practical tool to museum piece is remarkable. It reminds us that history's treasures aren't always grand or obvious. Sometimes the most meaningful objects are those that quietly served everyday needs. The bidet's story is a testament to changing perceptions of value. It connects us to the resourcefulness of the past. The wooden bidet is more than a quirky artifact. It's a lesson in how we see history. It reminds us that the past is made of countless individual lives and their everyday objects. These items challenge our assumptions and reveal a richer, more complex world. The bidet shows the evolution of hygiene and the effort once required for cleanliness. It fosters appreciation for modern conveniences and celebrates human ingenuity. Handmade and purpose-built, it stands apart from today's disposable objects. It connects us to the people who made and used it. The bowl teaches us about life, dignity, and creative problem-solving. Solving its mystery opened a window to a nuanced past. There are still countless objects waiting to share their secrets, if we're curious enough to look.